And breaking news coming in now. Trouble mounts for Kejriwal's deputy. Kapil Sibal now wades into the debate. Tweets, CBI, once a caged parrot is now uncaged. Now its plumes are saffron, its wings are eedy. It parrots what his master says. So all the updates here on Republic. Those are exclusive visuals. Manish Sisodia there, Deputy Chief Minister of Delhi. And our correspondents Harsha and Piyush Ori live there at the spot where all the action is taking place. First of all, coming to you, Harsha, what can you tell us about what's happening there? We are seeing Manish Sisodia, Deputy Chief Minister, leaving his residence.
Exactly. We have been told that Manish Sisodia, Deputy CM, has left for an event in Pragati Maidan. But surely we have got a message that Manish Sisodia will be speaking to media at 12 o'clock, and he will be speaking everything regarding the raids which are taken place yesterday at his residence. And we clearly know that CBI yesterday took so many documents and electronic gadgets were also taken and seized from his residence. And not only his residence, but Excise Commissioner Anand Tiwari's house was also raided, along with 3 others. In total, four officers and Manish Sisodia were all raided, and several documents were seized. But today we are getting to know, yesterday we saw a lot of war of words between Aam Aadmi Party and BJP leaders. Clearly Aam Aadmi Party was saying that this is a witch hunt, and because in health and in education, two are the most important and prominent models of Delhi government, which have been gaining a lot of popularity in India and abroad as well. And therefore we are being targeted, and this witch hunt is being done by the BJP government, and the agencies are clearly being misused by the government. But today we are getting to know that yesterday Manish Sisodia came out and clearly said that we are going to cooperate with the officials, and we know that officials will get nothing in my house because clearly no corruption has been done. But today we are getting to know that Manish Sisodia will also again speak to media at 12 o'clock and will be speaking everything about the raids which has taken place yesterday, and is going to clearly put his point regarding the education model, regarding the raids which is happening, and regarding this excise policy, in which it is clearly being said that rupees 144 crore corruption has been done in excise policy, regarding the amendments which have been made and regarding the rupees 30 crore which have been given to the people who filed their tenders, and regarding the things in the events which have not been forfeited, which BJP has clearly been making allegations. Now regarding all these things, Manish Sisodia is going to speak at 12 o'clock, and we are waiting that eventually he will speak something very important regarding the raids which were happened yesterday at several places in 21 locations, 7 estates, along with the residents of Deputy CM as well. Back to the studio.
Well, Piyush, you're outside the Aam Aadmi Party office, and earlier you were telling us about how documents have been seized, how there's a slugfest going on. Right now, what can you tell us? Well, the day has just begun. At 12 noon, there's likely to be a press conference, most likely at the AAP headquarters here in New Delhi. Tell us about that. What is the buzz at the AAP office? Is there any movement outside? It's over to you.
So, as rightly pointed out by my colleague Harsha, there are 2 aspects now which are related to this. There is one, a technical aspect in which, it has been felt that there were certain flaws in the excise policy scheme that was formulated by the Delhi government that had caused loss to public exchequer. Now, this is being investigated by the Central Bureau of Investigation, and most probably also now by the Enforcement Directorate. What is going to happen in all this investigation, only the time would tell. But now there is also another aspect to it, the political aspect, in which, there is a war of words, there is political slugfest between the Bharatiya Janata Party and the Aam Aadmi Party, in which both parties, are trying to accuse each other of defaming each other and trying to, blame each other of the wrongdoings. What is going to happen in this, is all being seen by us right now. But, amidst the political slugfest between the BJP and Aam Aadmi Party, there is also a third party involved, and that is Congress. Now, one may not be discussing about this party much because, it's a weak political entity. But what needs to be also known is that Delhi for long has been a major political bastion for Congress. And Congress now is trying to see an opportunity amid this, alleged scam, excise policy scam, and now they are also trying to surround Aam Aadmi Party through its top leader Manish Sisodia. What we've been told is that at around 10:30 a.m. The leaders of Delhi Pradesh Congress Committee, the Delhi branch of Congress, is going to hold a protest at the office where they are going to again emphasize on the alleged excise policy scam that was done by the Delhi government, and also the main accused in this case, Manish Sisodia. Mind you, this political war of words is occurring, or this political drama is being unfolding at a time when the investigations is still being carried out in this excise policy scam, which had caused actually loss to public exchequer. Now it's going to be interesting to see that what is going to be the investigation. Are there going to be any arrests? Because it is not only Manish Sisodia, but there are also 15 other accused who are involved in this case. So it is going to be very important to see that technically what is going to be the outcome, of the investigation that is being carried by the Central Bureau of Investigation. But politically what we are seeing is that, things are heating up. And now it is not only the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party, but also Congress, which is trying to revive its political fortunes through this excise policy scam. Back to you in the studio.
Right, Piyush and Harsha, stay with us. So lots of activity today, lots of action expected as far as the excise policy scam is concerned. Stay tuned to Republic.
क्या बोलना है आपको? अभी थोड़ा कुछ थोड़ा बहुत 12 बजे पीछे मैं 12 बजे
And Piyush, well, while we are talking about the Congress, although well, as you're mentioning, its stand is still, it wants that there should be more investigation. In fact, it's also mentioned an investigation into the excise policy in Punjab as well, because it says that that too was done at the behest of Manish Sisodia. Well, leaving that aside, there's also a tweet that has come in from Kapil Sibal. What are we to make of that?
So, you rightly put out, how Congress is now trying to, mention about this alleged excise policy scam, not only in Delhi, but also in Punjab. Now, Punjab also was the state, in which Congress was ruling earlier before it was being displaced by Aam Aadmi Party. So, yes, they are trying to make sure that, in both these two states, they again try to, revive their political fortunes. Because, as whatever one say, yes, Congress is a weak political entity as of now, but for long, Delhi and Punjab, both are, in a way, cash-rich states, for long, has been, a major political bastion for Congress. So they definitely want to emphasize on this alleged excise scam in these two states. Now, because of this, you are also seeing a lot of reactions from top political leaders of Congress. One of which is Kapil Sibal, who actually may have resigned from Congress, citing several of his reasons. But he has also emphasized that how this is being done at the behest of this investigation agencies are being exploited at behest of the ruling party. And what you are seeing again is a kind of a risk or kind of precarious situation which most of the investigating agencies find themselves in. Mind you, when they are trying to investigate scam that involves major political parties or leaders, there is a lot of risk involved, because they have to find evidence.
Right, Piyush, we'll be coming back to you. But let's take a look at Piyush and Harsha with us. Harsha outside Manish Sisodia's residence, Piyush outside the AAP office. Let's listen into the sequence of events. Lots of action in the Delhi excise policy issue. Take a look.
अभी थोड़ा कुछ थोड़ा बहुत 12 बजे पीछे मैं 12 बजे पीछे क्या बोलना है आपको अभी थोड़ा कुछ थोड़ा बहुत 12 बजे पीछे मैं 12 बजे पीछे क्या बोलना है आपको अभी थोड़ा कुछ थोड़ा बहुत 12 बजे पीछे मैं 12 बजे पीछे
And as I was telling you, Harsha there covering the events, tracking Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia, who's in the dock now, over the Delhi excise policy that has, as of now, been withdrawn. Harsha, it's over to you. Since this morning, what's been happening? All eyes, as you said, on that 12 noon press conference. The Aam Aadmi Party more and more approaching the press, we're seeing.
See, yesterday we also saw that Aam Aadmi Party leaders including Raghav Chadha, Arvind Kejriwal, Saurabh Bhardwaj and including Atishi and several leaders spoke prominently, including Sanjay Singh, about this entire CBI raids which was happening at the residence of Manish Sisodia, his office, including 14 others as well, be it the former excise commissioner and the present excise commissioner as well. But we have to see one thing. Yesterday when we were continuously asking about the 144 crore corruption which is being said by the BJP is clearly alleging, and now Congress also saying continuously, and both have been on the streets protesting against this new excise policy 2021-22 of this Aam Aadmi Party government. But yesterday, none of the Aam Aadmi Party leaders clearly stated what is the issues, what are the irregularities, and what they have to say about this entire irregularities. If the claims are wrong, if the allegations are wrong, they clearly have to come up and tell that the blacklisted liquor mafias haven't got the vents, there were the zones in which illegally vents were not allotted, even that the money 30 crore, why it was not forfeited and why it was returned to the to the vendors who have put the tenders and who didn't get their vents initially in the entire zones which was dedicated. There's so many things, but Aam Aadmi Party government clearly didn't spoke about any of these things. Be it Arvind Kejriwal as well, or everyone was talking about the education model and the health model. Be it Arvind Kejriwal or Sanjay Singh, everyone was talking about the New York Times post about the education model, and they were clearly stating that there's nothing wrong in the Delhi excise policy. It is just because of the popularity of Aam Aadmi Party government, the health model and the education model, which is being so much popular in the Indians and abroad as well, gaining so much of popularity, because of which this witch hunt by the agencies is being carried out, and clearly Arvind Kejriwal yesterday also said that nothing CBI officials will get and will completely cooperate. But since yesterday we are seeing lot of war of words between BJP and Aam Aadmi Party clearly in this entire issue. Now troubles for Manish Sisodia doesn't come to an end, because yesterday we saw at so many places raids were conducted because liquor mafias, the liquor licensees, even the middlemen through whom the liquor licensees have got their licenses, even the blacklisted companies also, they have all been raided. So we are going to see that how deep the CBI officials go into the investigation detail of this Delhi excise policy. And one thing is for sure, we are waiting for 12 o'clock to happen, where Manish Sisodia will do a media interaction and clearly tell about everything what he has to say regarding these raids which have been conducted at his residence, office,
right.
And at
Harsha,
14.
as you said, Manish Sisodia and the Aam Aadmi Party making a lot of statements. The question is, how many of the questions that have arisen since this entire issue exploded, how many of those questions will be answered at 12 noon today? That remains to be seen. Harsha and Piyush, stay on that story. We'll be right back with you throughout the day as events unfold to get all the latest updates. Stay with us. So even as we speak, news coming in of another press conference to be held, to be chaired by Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia. Moving on to other national stories. Veer Savarkar's photo burnt by Congress workers. BJP and Bajrang Dal workers stage a protest in Dharwad in response. Protests take place in front of the sub-city police station in Dharwad in Karnataka. BJP workers demand the arrest of the activists who had burnt the photograph.
पतित पावन सीताराम पतित भाजपा को सन्मति दे।